Today, here in the United States of America, we are celebrating the 250th year anniversary on July 4th of the founding of the nation. And there's different ways to chart this up, but that's been sort of a typical way to do things. And it's been kind of anticlimactic this year, but I think about what it was like as a child when I was 5 years old in the Bicentennial. So that was the 200-year anniversary of 1776 that happened in 1976. The summer in between kindergarten and first grade for me, I was going to turn 6 years old the next month, and it was a huge deal. There was red, white, and blue things all over the place. People were very, very excited, even though we were, in some kind of rough times. Watergate had happened. Ford was, the sort of lame duck vice president who had stepped up to be president. The presidential election was going on, and all sorts of other things had happened. Vietnam, we'd gotten out of that fairly recently. But the feeling that, we've been here for 200 years, we're going to do something about it, like it or not, this is the republic that we're living in. And so, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my recollection of that July 4th, and I'm sure I missed an awful lot because, of course, I was a kid. Probably some of those who are viewing, who are my age, have similar recollections. Those who are older probably remember it better and more fully than I do, and those who are younger didn't get to see it. So I remember, it was a beautiful, sunny July day, already, getting hot. We woke up fairly early that morning because we had stuff to do. And so I remember my dad, getting us all ready. We had breakfast, and then the goal was to get in the car. And we had, I don't know if my sister had anything other than some streamers and things like that. But I had my big wheel. So a big wheel is kind of a plastic tricycle that was very popular back then. I think they're still around, but I don't think kids ride them that much. They were really a huge deal back then. Plastic wheels, plastic body. You would kind of steer it and you would pedal it with your feet and you could get it to skid out. So we had decorated it with red, white, and blue streamers and things like that were hanging off of it. And why? Well, because there was a parade in the town of Delafield, and we lived just south of it, closer to the village of Wales than the town of Delafield. Wales is actually where I went to kindergarten and then elementary school, but Delafield is where we did things like, signing up for playing soccer in the summer or going to different camps and things like that. I think I actually did swim lessons in Delafield as well at a certain point. So anyway, my dad packed the big wheel into the back of the station wagon, and this would be probably a little bit before lunchtime, noon, and we get everybody in the car, and we've got a cooler full of sodas for us kids, which is kind of a special thing. We didn't usually get that. And beer for my mom and dad. And we drove out to the staging ground where there was going to be a big parade. And the cool thing about the parade was we kids would get to not lead it as such, but be right behind the leader. I think the idea was let the kids get through, have a lot of fun. If anything's going to go wrong, it'll happen early on. We'll get it taken care of, and then the kids go back to their parents and they can watch the rest of the parade. So it was me, and I think my sister, although she would have been pretty young, so maybe she wasn't in it, because if I was 5 at the time, she would have been 3, so maybe not. And by now it's getting warmer, but it's not terrible, even though it's the height of summer. And again, it's a beautiful day, sunny. The air is kind of crisp. And Delafield was near Lake Nagawicca, so we'd been there an awful lot as well, and you can kind of smell some of the smells of the lake. And of course, people were making popcorn and having different kinds of snacks. And all of us kids line up, right? There's kids with bicycles, bigger kids, right? And their bicycles have red, white, and blue streamers and things all over them. There's other kids on big wheels, and they're going to pedal along in this. And there was a band, like an actual marching band. And there's like a leader who's got his baton and stuff like that. And then behind us, there's all sorts of other things that I don't really remember all that well. We're talking 50 years ago, and I was quite young, but I do remember like cars, and it must have been like the local high school or something. There were baton twirlers and all that, and so we're out front, and I think the band must have been behind us. And I don't know exactly what time the parade started, but we're all there and we're all excited because this is like a thing we're doing together. And we start, we're all assembled, and then, you go kind of slow in a parade because people want to look at you and see it, and your families are going to clap, it's so-and-so. So we're all going through, and all these people are cheering and, throwing things in the air sometimes. There was candy as well. And some people were actually like lighting sparklers, even though it's the middle of the day. And, I remember my parents cheering and driving along and feeling proud and thinking, wow, this is so cool. I didn't know most of these other kids because we lived, kind of out in the sticks in what was officially a subdivision, but it really wasn't much of a subdivision at that time. Only a few families actually lived there. I think I knew maybe a few other kids who were older who were in the parade, like the Schmidts and the Shankies. But that was about it. And maybe there were a few from my kindergarten as well, but I don't know. So anyway, we do that, and then I ride back on my big wheel to where my parents are, and my dad puts the big wheel in the car, and then we kind of sit on the cooler. I think we also brought like sandwiches for lunch, and we're eating and watching the rest of the parade go by. And it took a while, and it was a really cool thing to participate in and do. And then after that, people were kind of milling around and chatting, getting ready to leave. And so then that's what we did. We drove back home. And I remember we had dinner, and it was sort of a typical summer kind of cookout thing. My dad made steaks. He was really good at marinating steaks. That was what he would do on the grill. And I know we had corn on the cob, and I'm guessing we probably also had like potatoes and stuff. And I was at that time what they'd call a good eater. I would eat fast and a lot. And they would talk about me eating a ear of corn and eyeing up the other ears of corn, already getting ready to eat the next ones. And then, we got to play with some fireworks. At that time in Wisconsin, most fireworks were illegal for ordinary people to have. It's not like it is today where it's like the Wild West. You can buy anything that you like. So people come from other states to buy our fireworks. We had, snakes and smoke bombs, and I think we had some firecrackers, even though they were illegal, and some bottle rockets. And so my dad took me and my sister, and, we lit up the snakes, and you see them kind of, they don't do an awful lot. They make some smoke, and stuff like that. I know we also had these snap things that you could like throw on the ground and they'd snap. And so, we played around with that until around dusk, and then you get sparklers and you get to run around with these things. You got to be a little careful because it's actually, metal that's burning and casting all these sparks, but we got to have fun with that. And then it's get back in the car. And why? Well, because we were going to go see the big fireworks. The fireworks for the town of Delafield. If we'd wanted to go further east, I guess we could have gone to the town of Waukesha, which was much larger than Delafield, still is today. And I'm sure they had some great fireworks, but that was a long drive back then. And so, we drove about 10, 15 minutes up the road, Highway 83 to Delafield. And then what you would do is all these cars would just be on the highway or on the county roads, usually in a place where there weren't a lot of trees in the way, because that area had a lot of really big oak trees. So, some stretches of road, you were there's like a canopy and you couldn't really see much. So you wanted to get to a place where you had a good, clear view of the sky. And so I think that we probably parked on one of the county roads, if I remember. We were kind of like on a hill a bit. And what you would do then is you park the car on the side, on the shoulder, and then everybody gets out, and you've got some blankets, and you either like sit on the hood of the car, or you could like sit in the grass on a blanket, and you get ready to watch the fireworks display. And, every town that was big enough would have some money set aside in its budget for a fireworks display on the 4th of July. Sometimes they might shoot them off on other days, depending on what was going on. Like in Milwaukee, they'd often shoot things off on the 3rd, but out in the sticks, it would be the 4th. So, I remember sitting on this blanket that I can kind of see still in my mind's eye with my mom and my sister. And I think, my mom and dad smoked at the time. I think I remember like seeing, the ember from their cigarettes as they're sitting there smoking. And then the first fireworks start up in the sky. And now everybody's like oohing and awing. And, here's something I want to say. So today, we're kind of spoiled for fireworks. Every festival here in Milwaukee has to have its fireworks display. Every little town and municipality will shoot off fireworks, not just for the 4th of July, but for other stuff. But back then, it was something really special. You didn't get to see it really more than once a year unless you were traveling around to different places. And so, getting to see these beautiful chrysanthemum fireworks, or the ones that would go up and zigzag and then blow up into a bunch of different stars. Well, that was like fascinating. And again, it was a beautiful night, not cloudy. And, you could actually, it was light enough you could see the smoke hanging in the air from the big fireworks as they were going off. And it was probably around, I'm guessing, 9 o'clock at night, because in July, it's a really long day part of the year, so the sun doesn't set until after 8 o'clock here in Wisconsin. And so we watch the whole show, and what ends up happening with a fireworks display is, they do a lot of cool stuff, and then there's like a pause. And you're like, is it over? Well, if you're a kid, you're like that because you don't know any better. But the adults know what's coming next. Now the grand finale begins, and they start shooting off more and more and more fireworks. There's like 4 or 5 of them going up and blowing up all at the same time in the sky, and it's thunder and beautiful stuff that you're just like looking up at, and you're like, wow, this is amazing, right? And then it comes to an end, as everything does. And, you could see everybody like kind of hanging out afterwards, just kind of basking in how cool a spectacle this was that we all shared with each other on this important day, celebrating the 200-year anniversary of our country. And then, people start packing their stuff up and getting in their cars, and the car light starts going on, and, people start pulling out. And so, we drive back home, and we're talking on the way. Wasn't that really awesome what we got to see? And it was nice. I was there with my family, with my mom and dad and my sister. It was a really special occasion. We come back home, and, now it's basically time for bed, and the 4th of July has come to an end, so, we say our good nights. I probably maybe read a book or something and then drifted off to sleep. And what a cool day that was. What a wonderful summer day with a parade and fireworks of our own, and then, capping it, a fireworks display out in the country with our little town and our family right by our station wagon. And so that was the 4th of July at the Bicentennial, as I remember it. There's a lot of stuff going on this 4th of July for our 250-year celebration. I'm sure there'll be tons more fireworks all over the place. And I'm not going to take anything away from it, but I think that there was something extraordinary about getting to participate in the Bicentennial way back then, 50 years ago.